Heyo! Oh, where am I? What's up, party people? It's Alex Gallner here, ready to host another journal jam session, another fantastic journal party live with my fellow party people. So, if you're just joining us, say what's up in the chat. Let me know who's here, and we'll get this party started in a minute. We'll give everybody a little bit of time to get going. Echo May, what's up? Charlinia, good to see ya. Katrina, good to see ya. Awesome. So tonight we're gonna be jamming through the newest program inside of the premium section inside of the app, and it's all about balancing out our emotions. I've been feeling a little off kilter lately. I've been working a little too hard, probably. And actually, I think I've just been letting my emotions get the best of me. I think, I care a lot about what I do and the things that I work on. And, fortunately, when I work on Journal Party, everyone's really nice. But some of the other projects that I work on, not everybody's super nice. And if you ever work on something where not everybody's super nice and you read the comments, I'd like to be in the habit of, what's that book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F? But I do give an F more than I care to admit. And, it's got me feeling a certain way. And so, I thought I could spend some time journaling about it this week and get my emotions back in check. And so that's what this program's about. Just kind of taking an inventory about how I feel. And once you do that, shine a little bit of light of awareness on it. And, once you do that, it's pretty easy to get back into balance. So that's what we're going to do today. So let me see. We got some people showing up here. We got Megan. Good to see you. All right. You're welcome. Echo May. Thank you for not slaughtering my name. I'm glad I didn't. I'm always afraid that I'm doing that. So I'm glad I didn't. Kendra, good to see you here. All right, Katrina says she needs this too, so glad to be of service to you. Chelsea, good to see you here. And Don's here. All right, so we're going to give it a couple more minutes. I usually like to kick it off about 5 after for the stragglers. And, all right, let me pull up the app. If you don't have the app, you should probably get it. That's, we put all the, wait, why is the word escaping me? The replays, that's what I'm talking about. The replays are all hosted inside of the app as well as our YouTube channel. But let me pull it up. I'll show you. So, Linda, what's up? Good to see you here. So this is the app. I've got it, the desktop version. There, you can also access it on a desktop. I'm not sure why it's not showing up the bottom there. Okay, I'm not sure what I did here. Sometimes I mess up my tech. But anyway, if you want to get the app, you can just go to journalparty.com. It's also available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. And there's a bunch of free stuff in there, so you don't have to pay for it. But we also do have a paid version here. It's $5 a month, and there's a bunch of premium programs. But if you don't want to pay for it, you can just hop on here every week, and we do it for free. So whatever you feel like. Journaling, it's free, right? So do you. But this week's program is emotional equilibrium, as I was talking about. And so we're going to balance the heart today. We've got 10 prompts, 3 minutes per prompt. Hopefully that's enough. If not, you can always go back and revisit it either through that replay or go in through the premium section where, of course, you have the player controls and you can pause, you can skip around and take as much time as you need. And as always, the Journal Party motto is there's no wrong way to do it. So don't beat yourself up if the inspiration doesn't strike you in the moment. Just start writing, see what comes out. And, if the insights don't come up now, don't be surprised if they come up later. And, I think just the act of putting pen to paper is what it's all about. I think the intention is really what we're after here. And, even if you're just doodling, I think that's often enough, right? So let's see what comes out. And at the end, we'll share our insights. You don't have to share what you wrote, but hopefully we'll come out of here with a little bit more wisdom than we came in with, and hopefully feeling a little bit better. So if you're ready, let me know. We'll count you down. We're already at 6 after, so it's time to party. All right, I'm gonna hit the start now button. We'll count it down. Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, and emotional inventory. Let's start by listing 3 emotions that you felt today. Describe what triggered each emotion and how you responded. Okay, get ready for next prompt, highs and lows. Reflect on a recent day with emotional highs and lows. What did you learn about your emotional resilience? Your next one is gratitude emotions. Write about a moment this week that filled you with gratitude. How did this feeling impact your day? Next prompt is self compassion break. Think of a recent challenging situation. Write a compassionate note to yourself about it. Joyful memories. Recall a memory that brings you joy. Describe it in detail and explore why it's significant to you. Emotional response patterns. Identify a pattern in your emotional responses that you'd like to change. Why and how do you plan to address it? Empathy exercise. Reflect on someone you've had difficulty with. Try to understand their perspective and emotions. I just got the most insane deja vu. Fears and dreams. Write about a fear you have and how it contrasts with a dream or goal. How can understanding this help balance your emotions? Peaceful places. Describe a place where you feel most at peace. What about this place calms your emotions? Maybe we can find a more peaceful tune too. Emotional growth. Think about how you've grown emotionally in the past year. What changes are you most proud of? All right. How'd we all do? Hopefully pretty good. Everyone feeling emotionally balanced? I think I'm feeling pretty good. Definitely a little more chilled out. It's always nice to come off of a work day and do one of these journal parties. It's always interesting to see where I land too, because some of these I'm all charged up and some of them I'm like chilled out. Today's one of the chilled out ones, and I'm really grateful for that. I definitely needed it. I've been a little out of sorts. I just work so hard sometimes, and I get so caught up in what other people are thinking, and like, who cares, man? It's wild. It's really wild. It's easy to do though, right? It's really easy to fall into the trap of just, I mean, not that it's a bad thing to, you know, I guess want to, have everybody having a good experience, but when your own experience suffers for that, it's not good. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's just like, it's that old adage, you got to put your own mask on first, right, before you help others. The airplane thing. I guess we shouldn't be joking about airplanes with all the Boeing stuff happening. Speaking of which, actually, I'm gonna have to be getting on an airplane next Wednesday, so we may have to actually we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do for next Wednesday's journal party. So probably can't do Wednesday. So either we'll do it on Thursday, or I can like pre-record it. But I like doing it live with you guys. So let me know what you think. Maybe we can have that discussion in the chat, in the group, or figure it out. But yeah, we should definitely still meet up. I don't like it when we skip. I feel like we missed out. But yeah, anybody have any cool insights from that one? Trying to think back to what I had. I mean, in terms of like emotional growth, I was like, oh, it's been a lot of growth for me with Journal Party, just because it's the first time I've really taken a solid stab at doing something like completely from the heart, from the ground up, without without concern about like, oh, like I got to go get a job now or something like that. It's kind of a cool place to be. But I've reflected on that, and actually, I guess a cool one that came up for me was that I mean, I think it's taken, quite a bit of emotional maturity for me to, finally get to a place where I could, commit to my partner, right? I know I talk about it a lot, but I recently engaged, and that was a big hurdle for me. It took me long enough, right? I'm 38 years old, but yeah, I finally got to a place where I could give all of myself to another person, and I think that's something I'm celebrating. So yeah, let's see what we got here in the chat. Oh wow, okay, we got a bunch. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm guessing this is in reference to your relaxation place, the ocean. I like the ocean too. That's what I wrote. The beach, the sounds of the crashing waves just makes me feel at peace. I like to stand at the edge of the water, let the water go over my feet. Like the water takes away everything and leaves me at peace. Yeah, that's how I feel. Actually, what I had written was that the ocean just kind of instantly puts everything into perspective for me. There's just the sheer magnitude of everything, right? The ocean itself is just massive, and then the endless sky, just looking out at all of that, it really puts everything instantly into perspective for me, all my human problems. And same thing looking at the night sky, right? And part of me, well, I guess if you live in the countryside or something like that, where you see all the stars, you probably still get this sort of feeling. But I've always, whenever I make it out to like Joshua Tree or something like that, I always envy our ancestors who must have been able to look at the night sky and really just get lost in those stars and really just get in touch with just the vastness of, you know, just all that just infinity out there. And it must just really put it into perspective. It's so easy to get, you know, caught up in our own little dramas down here on Earth, and, you know, all the emotions associated with it all. And it's it's it, it's it's intoxicating, right? And you know, it's I think it's good to get that perspective now and then. Yolanda says, "Great party. Glad you enjoyed it. And this is definitely chill." Katrina says, "I've grown more than I thought, but do still have some work to do." We all do. Waiting for warmer weather to get to a local park. That is my happy place. Yeah, I gotta get down to the park more. I actually live right across from Echo Park here in California, Los Angeles, which, you know, LA, say what you want about LA, but it's one of the nicer parks here in LA. I actually live right by it, and I don't make it down there enough. I used to do like every other day walks around it, and I need to get back into that. I've, you know, just been working my butt off, and I've been telling myself this lie that, like, if I don't just immediately get to work, that, like, the world's gonna end. And it's just not true. I don't know why I do that. I gotta stop. I gotta put me first or something like that. Let's see. I love that I've become my own best friend again. That is great. I'm so happy to read that, and that's true for you, Megan. That's awesome. I'm jealous. I'm gonna like put that on replay in my mind and just like reflect on that for myself and what that could mean. That's pretty powerful. Like what I challenge everybody on here to consider what that would mean, to become your own best friend. You know, here's a little trick I play with myself. I hate folding clothes, and I resist it a lot. And it's to the point where, like, I'll be folding clothes, and, you know, I'll get the shirt that's like inside out, and I'll like just kind of like, you know, half-ass fold it. And then I'll be like, I'll do the self-talk thing, and I'll catch myself, and I'll be like, no, you're gonna do this for your future self, because your future self would appreciate not having to pull out a half-ass inside-out folded shirt from the drawer, you know? And, you know, I guess that's kind of, you know, that's just where my mind took me with that. But, like, yeah, like, if I thought of myself as like my own best friend, yeah, like, you wouldn't, you know, do something nice for yourself, right? Best friend. Be nice to yourself. Have that kind of relationship with yourself, right? Pretty powerful. I'm gonna take that one. That's pretty cool. Appreciate that share. Thanks, Megan. Yolanda says self-care, Alex. Yes, thanks. Working on it for sure. Christy Pemberton says, thanks for sharing that. You just defined what rescuing animals feels like. Yeah. Oh, it's been that's yeah, another thing that's got me mega stressed out this week. I mean, I know I shared that we just rescued this pup last week, and, you know, it's all exciting and heartwarming, and then the reality dawns on you that you have a wild animal in your home that, you know, has all sorts of trauma and question marks about it. And, you know, obviously you dig deep to find compassion and, you know, love, and you know, you try to be good about it, and, you know, then it attacks your dog and pees on the carpet, and goose fraba, you know. I'm a human being doing my best, and you know, I struggle. It's been a tough week, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, fortunately I've got a partner who's you know, better than I am in a lot of ways about that type of stuff, and she's challenging me to you know, have a bigger heart about it all. And yeah, it's thank goodness for my journal and these journal parties, and I'm you know, despite all the challenges, it's brought us closer, and it's also been a blessing. And so, yeah, it's wild, this experience of life, right? I know I've talked about this quite a bit. Um, we have these experiences, and it's really easy to have a knee jerk reaction to any of it, and call it good or bad. And with our limited perspective, it's impossible to say what's good or bad. And you never know what's around the corner. And even what's around the corner, you couldn't judge as good or bad. But whatever is coming, it couldn't possibly be anything else, just based off of the all the events that have come before it, in this, just tidal wave of creation. It's an amazing thing to experience, and it's a really powerful thing to reflect on. And so, yeah, it's an interesting thing to just look at and try to find peace with. But yeah, it's not always peaceful. It's interesting. That's all I got about it. It's interesting, right? I don't know. Trip. It's a trip. Let's see what else we got here in here. Okay. The dog pee comes with unconditional love. Yes. I'm working on the unconditional love part. Takes a lot of inspiration to get to the unconditional love part. I have to work on being my own best friend. I'm my own worst critic at times. Yeah, we definitely all are. Wanda says, in Spanish, we say, nothing bad happens without bringing good. Interesting. How do you say that in Spanish? Well, I'm curious what the Spanish saying is. Mary had a good share here. Other people's opinion of you is 100% none of your business. Coming to terms with that is so freeing. Yeah, I've heard that before. I think I heard that from like Wayne Dyer or something like that. That was a hard one for me to come to terms with, because I really care what other people think. Like, I'm a people pleaser to the core. It's a tough one. But yeah, it's it's their thoughts, right? Like, I don't want people knowing my thoughts unless I tell them. No hay mal que por bien no venga. I hope I said that correctly. I'm a recovering people pleaser, Megan says. All right, let's cue up one more tune here while I sign us off. All right, folks. So as we get ready to bid each other adieu for the evening, I want to say a very special thank you to you all. It's been a pleasure. As you know, I do this largely for myself. And you guys just amplify it. You guys make it so much better. It's so much better to do this with friends. And our little club's growing. We hit over 4,000 members in the Facebook group today. And we got another share. So before I sign off, I'm gonna read this share. Something I want to change: when I feel threatened, I speak out quickly, even when I know it won't be what someone else wants to hear. I want to stop feeling guilty about saying the truth. Thanks for this safe space. Well, you're very, very welcome for this safe space, Christy. Yeah, I need to work on my blurting. That's what I do. I blurt sometimes. I like to think that doing people a service by being so blunt and honest, but sometimes it's better to be kind. Working on that. Yeah. I appreciate you all for being so kind. Everyone's been so kind to each other in the group and so supportive, and it's really a really nice place to be. I do a lot of my work on the internet, and outside of Journal Party, it's not a nice place. It is not a nice place, especially for the people who are, brave and bold enough to try to do something. And if you are one of those people who are trying to do something, if you're, creating something, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are an artist, if you're, a teacher, if you're just trying to make something of yourself in this world, I applaud you. I think we're all creators in a way. And I think, even the act of just putting pen to paper, right? You're creating something. You're giving life to your thoughts, to, you're expressing yourself. And it's a beautiful thing, right? I think it's something that ought to be celebrated, right? And that's what a party is. It's a celebration. And so I'd love to be able to support you in all of that, whether it's programs, whether it's prompts, whatever it is, whether it's just, cheering you on from the sidelines. And so please do feel free to share whatever it is that you have. I know that we say no promotion in the group. When I say that, I really just don't want the group to turn into, one of these things where everyone's just, promoting their like low effort Kindle stuff, right? If you worked really hard on something though, like let me know, and I'll help you out. And I think that's, that I support all that stuff, right? So let's all talk. Let's hang out. This thing's turned into something really cool and bigger and more fun than I could have ever imagined. So let's keep it going. Tune into the Journal Party podcast. Got another one coming out on Monday. We got to figure out what we're going to be doing for next week. I guess I'll start a post in the group. Sorry, brain fart. It's a long day, but yeah, I'll start a post. We'll figure out a good time. Thinking maybe Thursday. I should be back in town Thursday because I'm just flying up and back the same day to San Francisco and back. But yeah, maybe we'll go back to our original time. We used to do this on Thursday nights, so maybe we can try that out. Go back to Thursday just for next week, tentatively speaking. We'll see if that works for enough of us. And yeah, that's about it. Let me know if there's any special requests or anything like that. But I'm gonna go inside, have some dinner, hang out, and it's been great. I love you all. Party on.